Hey, how's it going? And welcome to my first ever vlog about what it's like to be a car girl or a female car enthusiast. This is just basically my collection of experiences and observations that I've had in the last decade or so. I've liked cars for as long as I can remember, ever since I was a little kid. I used to collect die-cast cars, I still do. Any size, any scale, it's probably an addiction. Aside from just playing with toy cars though, I actually used to draw cars. Now, look, I'm not saying they're any good, but when I was a kid, I used to sit there on my summer vacations and I would draw cars. And you might be wondering, why did I choose these cars to draw? But look, my parents subscribed to like Time magazine when I was a kid, and I would basically just flip open the magazine, look for the car ads, and then try my best to draw them out. So I landed a job at one of the largest automotive companies in the world. You probably already know which one it is, but if you don't, I'm sure you could easily figure it out. I work in a group called product planning, which is about as close to the product as you can get when you're in the corporate office. So I'd say I landed a pretty good gig there. I got my Acura Integra back in 2002. It was actually the first car I had in high school, and I started modding it in about 03. I learned everything the hard way, that cheap parts, well, you get what you pay for. I had a lot of broken parts. I also learned the hard way that you never ever approach a driveway head on when you're in a lowered vehicle and it has a lift kit. So I still have my Integra to this day. I don't plan on giving it up anytime soon or ever actually, because it's an awesome car. I also had a Scion TC. I got that in college around 2006. I got another TC when it had a refresh back in 08. After that I got a Lexus IS. And I'm on my 4th IS now, so I've been really addicted to that model. So I'd have to say one of the biggest things for me is it's always been not being taken seriously. And what I mean by that is people just don't think that you're a real car enthusiast or that you know anything at all about cars. And I don't know if that's just because I'm really, really short and I get made fun of a lot for that, like the can you reach the pedals joke, you can zero the steering wheel. I don't know if that has something to do with it in my experience. I've just noticed that I'm not taken seriously. And this is online, this is at work, this is at a meet, at a shop. My personal favorite of all is when I go to a shop to buy car parts. And if I don't have a male companion with me, be it a friend or boyfriend, well then, most of the time, I'm just being hit on. If I do have a male friend with me, or a male companion or boyfriend, what tends to happen is, even though it's my car and I'm the one that drove it in and I'm the one that initiates the conversation with the shop owner or the sales representative, what ends up happening is that person will talk to the guy I'm with like it's his car or like he's making the purchase. I've noticed that as a girl in the car community, sometimes you just get ignored, period, because I think at a meet, it's kind of generally assumed that if you're a girl, you're just the girlfriend of somebody else who's there, and you probably don't really want to be there, but you were just dragged along. And I'll go ahead and demonstrate that. Let's pretend for a moment in time that this is an automotive gathering of some sort. My Justice League is not readily available, so let's just make do with the unicorns. This is me, okay, I'm Batman, and we all share the same passion for cars. Okay, now this guy shows up to the scene. He can either be a race car driver or he could be a really famous auto journalist, and he is awesome. He walks into the scene, right? This guy knows him, okay? This guy is like, hey, do you know my buddies? Now they're all chatting over here, and I'm in the back because, well, first of all, this guy probably thinks that I'm just the girlfriend of one of these, right? And I'm just there against my will. So he has no desire to like reach out and try and meet me. And these guys, well, I don't know, maybe they just forgot that I was standing there. So that's what I mean when I say you kind of get ignored at an automotive gathering. Online, I know we all get it, I know we've all experienced it because, well, as a white man once said, there's only one way to avoid criticism. Do nothing, say nothing, and be nothing. So I'm pretty sure we've all experienced the hate online, but when you're a female, I feel like it's a special kind of hate or special kind of comments. My personal favorite are the backhanded compliments. Hey, that's not bad, ... for a girl. So, what's changed, if anything, over the last decade? Well, there's definitely a lot more girls in the car scene. I'd have to say in the last decade, not a whole lot has changed, unfortunately. Hoping it does though. Anyways, I'd like to end this on a positive note. Obviously, my experiences have not all been bad. I've definitely met some great people throughout all of this, and most recently, my car, that I call Batmobile back there, was actually featured in the 2015 Lexus model lineup brochure, so that's available in Lexus dealerships everywhere now. Yep, there she is. I also received my first ever trophy. Check this thing out. It's almost as big as me. This was actually a Lexus meet at Lexus of Riverside. This is the first ever trophy I've ever gotten, and it's probably gonna be my last, but that's totally okay. Thank you, Lexus of Riverside. Anyways, that's been my experience personally and my observations. Obviously, it's probably not the same for everybody, but I'd love to hear other people's experiences, especially other female car enthusiasts, and see if you guys have had similar experiences or went through the same thing, or maybe it's been completely different. Leave a comment down below if you'd like, or you can check me out on Instagram, Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter. I'm on all of those, and I will leave all of the links down in the description below. Thank you for watching, really appreciate it.